How you going, guys? So welcome back again. So in the last video, the end of the last video was this morning, and basically now it's after lunch. Might be 1 o'clock or thereabouts. So I'm going to do some more on this again and get this a bit more further along. And hopefully, maybe by the end of today or whenever, I should have this start to get the inside layout in this. But I think I need to get yourself sorted and work out what I'm doing for a backboard here and get some of these other pieces mounted and try and get this at least some holes drilled in this so I can screw it into the base. I'm just not sure if I should screw that down now or whether I should wait a little bit until I've got it a bit more, this structure a bit more finished, and then I can grind it up, clean it up and paint it. So I'll just paint this just satin black or flat black or whatever once I've got everything sort of sorted. Yeah, I've still got quite a bit of thinking to do, but I just need to work out exactly what I'm doing here. Trying to think where I'm at, to be honest. It's got to come back a little bit. Unfortunately, I'll sand most of the marks off this fur. Get everything situated, but I'd have to get the old ruler out and have a bit of a measure up. It's not far away, it's got to have a couple of tweaks. I'm going to have to maybe take a little bit off the bottom of this, just so it's not sitting, so this isn't sitting hard down on here and destroying it. I think I might have to, maybe I should do that. Sand the bottom edge of this so it's not cutting into the timber, so it's actually sitting off and it's actually sitting down on the frame. Otherwise I'm going to destroy that timber pretty quick and make it look ugly fast. I might do that. I might just come around here and take a little bit off this. Might do that now. Yeah. Show you what's happening. Every time I move this iron off, it's getting worse. Doing some putting some pretty good marks in this. Might as well just bring this to you. Since I've sanded it, like I'm getting some ugly sort of, I don't know if you can see, some ugly marks in it. I don't expect this to be perfect. I don't want it perfect because that's not perfect and it's old, but I want it to still look tidy and not get all chewed up if somebody takes it on and off. So, we'll make that next bit. Warm out here. Some summer heat. for sure. That'll work. Just a nice little bit of clearance around there. This. Mount it down. Frame. It'll work. That'll make it easier to come on and off too when I go like this. If you hadn't seen this bit does come off with these three bits. It's kind of the plan, so you can just go and get into the inner structure. Once I finish leveling it up, screwing it down and whatever else. So that's basically sort of sitting there. And this brother from another mother, and then there'll be fans down in here to help circulate air through. I'm thinking I might put all these fans on the front blowing in, and I might just get a couple or three to sit up on top to exhaust the air out. And I don't know if I'll block this off, but when I put mesh in here, I might make sure it's a bit more restricted. It'll still blow air out here, but 90% of it will get pushed in and then blown out the top. So it's going to be pretty cool. And like I've said before, just so you don't get confused, I am going to put my computer in it, test it, run it, make sure everything works properly, make sure things don't get hot, shouldn't do. But my computer parts won't come with the case when I give it away when I hit 1,000 subs. But all the fans and stuff, everything will all come with it, and yeah, that'll be basically it. I have it all set up so it'll take an ATX or a micro ATX, and I might leave it, the motherboard tray. I'll do some rough measurements, and I might leave it so it's possible to put a E-ATX board in there, but I don't have the standoff measurements for that. But I'll do some research once I've got it sorted, so it'll take an ATX and a micro ATX, which I'm running it just a micro ATX, but I want to have it so you can put a bigger form factor in it. But if somebody was perhaps had it like a Threadripper or a Xeon, like I'm talking in the professional world, huge multi-cores, guys are doing video, like, I don't know, professional editing, video editing, and you know, all that sort of bullshit. They're getting right into the level. If they happen to have one and they happen to be watching, if they are, probably not likely, but they could possibly put one of those boards in here and still have enough room for everything else. So yeah, I'll get on the rest of it and figure out exactly what I need to do here. It's getting hot in here. I'm going to take off all my clothes. No, just kidding. But man, it's getting warm. Whew. I know that's a scary thought, sorry. Sorry guys, mental picture, sorry. No, I'm not ready. A little dang extra couple of screws in here, because I might just flip this over and just run the bounce sander across the bottom again. The other thing I did do again too was I trimmed a bit extra meat off here. So when I originally cut this, I put a black line or black marker pen line on here, but I never cut it right to it. I left it a little bit long, and then just thought as I come along and go to final, I can trim it off if I need to. So that's pretty much what I've done. I've actually eliminated that full line back up to where the bottom of this next rib would have been, or grill bar, or whatever you want to call it. So that's all pretty much flush across there now. And I've taken all the sharp edges off it. I went around it with a little air sander and then a bit of sandpaper, and just make sure it's nice and smooth and you're not going to get cut on it. But I'll test that in a minute. But what I want to do is I just want to turn this over while it's screwed to that base, and I'll just run the bounce sander back across the bottom of it, and then I'll attack it with a DA, and I'll just go around that bottom edge and just put a nice little soft roll on the edge, so it's, if somebody happens to pick it up, hasn't got a sharp edge on it. And then we'll get into pissing around with this piece and get this finalised and extra bars and whatever else on here. Now that's screwed really nice and hard and flat, I'll quickly run that bounce sander across here again for a minute or two, and then DA it and just knock this hard edge off. Right up there. Little horse. Hopefully semi-final fit to make sure this is fitting. She's good, I believe. Right. Work out these next bits. Oh, yeah. It's not too bad yet. same for here. Piece of this on the back, and then I'll make a little fillet out of something. Get you a bit closer here. Just really need to think about this because it's kind of critical that I get this, all these bits right. Pass plywood at the bottom. Something like that. I could tap and drill the the power supply's got to pick up on these holes here. Normally you would have this poking down through here and blowing out through the bottom of the case, but because this has got wood underneath it, we'll mount it the other way and it'll blow the hot air from this up into the case, which is not ideal, but it's going to have plenty of fans and plenty of ventilation, so it's not going to be a huge problem. So I'll poke that in the corner, then you can plug that in easy enough, turn it on through, because my plan is to leave a gap in these corners to run cables, whatever, in here. So I'll have your piece of trim timber in here, which will be screwed to this base. So I want to be able to get cables and stuff in here. Or I could actually potentially attach this to that and have that come off in one piece. Yeah, could do that. See, because I want to hide the cables, so it doesn't look ugly. So basically, if you've got this like against the back of your table, whatever, you can plug your cable in here down the back and put it on. Or I could make this removable, put a little tab on here, and this has already got this tab in here. I could make it so you could, I could put a couple of little like sort of wing nut type fasteners, or even have it up in here. One in here, one in here, so you can undo that if you don't want to take this off. You have all your plug your stuff in, you know, pull your cable around and then pop that back on. Yeah, that'll work. Something like that'll do. So I can soon weld a little tab on the back of the sprocket, like a little piece of this, even with angle on. Or there's bound to be something around here I can put a little weld on the back of that, put a little bracket behind here, and or even have it. I'll work something out anyway, it doesn't matter, but you have it so this can come off. And I might do the same on the other side, so these two pieces can come off separately. This can come off, so this isn't attached to the base. So the only thing that will be permanently attached to the base will be this frame. I want that to be able to come off too, so you can get in to do your cable management and make it look nice. We'll have all your wiring, so it'll be hidden in behind a board in here, which will probably run across in here, and then I'll put some little holes in it to pass cables through to plug into different parts of the motherboard. Yep. So yeah, I need to make a little piece to come off the back of here just to screw that to mainly. And I want to make some places to mount some hard drives, which I could probably do possibly in here. A couple of hard, because people still use like the big 3.5-inch hard drives with big capacities. Sure, there's a lot of people just using M.2s and stuff like that could go in here, or stated drives like the 2.5-inch ones, at different capacities. So I'll make it so you can put a couple of those in here, and then maybe a couple down in here or on the back of this internal board, and then have them covered. Yeah. Alright. Starting to come together in my head. It's not hard to put a little nut or something on here. A bolt or a wing nut or something like that. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Right, so a motherboard of descriptions in there, which will probably go in the around the other way, but not really important just right at the moment. So the power supply in there. I'll put it on the other side, but it's going to be too close. That's going to be too close to this end for putting the plug in, and it won't matter. Doesn't matter which way up it is. This way. I really wish I had a graphics card, but I don't. But that's going to be perfect too, I think, because that little bit of depth that board gives. Works out perfect for the spacing for this. Instead of being back in here like that, it's now like that. I'd like to keep this up a little bit. So what's my depth? Consider I'm going to have bands in here, but I'll put them on the outside at this stage. So maximum depth is about 260. Oh, sorry, 160. So these are meant to lock into the back of the motherboard. The cool thing about this is actually I could actually get a ribbon cable and put the GPU in here anyway, to be honest, or a graphics card, video card. Turn this all around. Somewhere in there like that. I think that'll do for now. I want to go do some research for holes for back in here for cables and stuff. I'll put that over there anyway, but I just wanted that for just a basic spacing, and I want to find out how deep the graphics cards are, so when I just to make sure that this here isn't going to inhibit putting a because I would normally fit in these first couple of slots in the main top one slot, like in one of these. They normally fit in there on the newer generation stuff. So I just want to make sure we've got enough. There's enough depth out here, but it's just right here. Yeah, I can always pull that in. It doesn't matter. No, I could do that, and it's not going to matter shit. I've got plenty of room to work with that, so I just want to work out whether I need to step that in and have the stuff in there a little bit, which I quite easily do. That's not going to matter at all. So I just want to find out. I'll go do a bit of research, have a break, have a drink, and do some planning for this, and also planning for these fans. So I want to get them sorted so I can test fit these in here. Fans down here. Got something to screw into. So screw into, I don't know, maybe here I think, or somewhere. Figure these out. I'd actually like them to fit around for a second. And I work out the spacing so they actually fit, because they're all perfect for these gaps. So I want to fit and direct them behind there and make sure the spacings are right if I can. And then, as I said, probably maybe some up in here. It doesn't really need 12 bands, I might just put 6. And yeah, I don't know, we'll work it out. They're only $20 per set of 4 for these cheaper ones. But it's whether the power supply's got enough power to run all these plus the computer. But I don't have to plug them all in. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Right. I'll go do some figuring later.